Hi, and welcome to today's video. My name is Sanjay, and I am a US ACT qualified counselor. Today, we'll be continuing on our series about navigating the US student visa interview. Today, we'll be talking about another common question at the US student visa interview. What do you plan to do after your education finishes? Is this question. This is a question that has to be answered very carefully. So let's learn what are the best ways of answering this question at the visa interview at the US Embassy. The same question can be phrased in many ways. For example, the visa officer could ask you, what will you do after your program finishes? Or they could ask you, what will you do after you graduate? Or, for that matter, they could ask you, what will you do after you finish your bachelor's or master's in the US? All these are basically the same question, and the answer to them too is the same. First, let's talk about the things you should not say when you're answering this question. Do not say that you will return immediately. This is because such an answer has very little or no credibility with the visa officer. Visa officers know that the vast majority of successful F1 student visa applicants do not return to their home countries immediately after finishing their course. So, do not use this as a point in your answer to this question. The second thing that you should not do when answering this question is say that you will start working in the US. To a visa officer, this is in clear contravention of 214B, the main rule when visas are being issued. It shows that you have the intent to immigrate. Remember, the F1 student visa is a non-immigrant visa, and therefore you cannot say anything that basically reflects the fact that you plan to stay back and immigrate to the United States. You also should not say that you do not know what will happen after your course finishes. This basically demonstrates that you do not have a clear plan. Visa officers like students to have clarity in their vision and their plans to study abroad. Now, let's evaluate what we can say when we are answering this question. What do you plan to do after your program finishes? Firstly, you can demonstrate to the visa officer that you're aware of all your options once your program finishes. A qualified and genuine student will definitely research all his or her options. This way, you can demonstrate to the visa officer that you're a qualified and also well-researched student. Be careful if you want to talk about an OPT. Talking about an OPT demonstrates that you know one of the most common options, but always word this part of the answer carefully. Say that you may participate in an OPT, but only for short-term practical experience. This will strengthen your ultimate plan to return home and practice the skills that you have learned in an American university. The focus of this answer should be about how you can utilize your skills once you return home, how your skills are relevant to the sector at home, and how best the skills that you have learned in an American university will further your career once you are back in your home country. Finally, you can also talk about your ties in your home country. Most F1 applicants have strong family ties. Many of them have strong economic ties and community ties. Wrap up this answer by discussing your ties and try to demonstrate to the visa officer how these ties will force you to return. Thanks for watching today's video. For more insightful videos like this, like, share and subscribe. To get your plans to study in the US on track, or to get your test prep plans for TOEFL, IELTS, SAT, GRE or GMAT on track, register at www.studyunifees.io.